Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down how you can get your ideas heard and really make a bigger impact. And it's all about understanding the hidden rules of how we communicate and work together. So let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a meeting and you've got this awesome idea, you lay it all out, and it's just crickets? It feels like you're speaking a totally different language than everyone else at the table. It's so frustrating, right?
Well, here's the big secret. Getting people to listen isn't about raising your voice or being the most aggressive person in the room. The real game changer is when you stop obsessing over what you're saying and you start paying attention to how the other person is actually hearing it. That right there is the key to influence.
So let's dive into our first big challenge, collaboration itself. Why do so many great ideas just seem to vanish into thin air? The good news is, being an effective collaborator is a skill, not a personality trait, and we're about to give you the toolkit to build it.
Okay, so where do we start? Well, it all begins with you. Before you can figure out anyone else, you've got to get a handle on your own default settings. Understanding how you naturally communicate is the foundation for absolutely everything else we're going to talk about. So, when we say communication style, what do we even mean? Think of it like this. It's your go-to method for talking and listening. It's not a box you're stuck in forever. It's just your natural preference, your default tendency when you're in a conversation. And this is where it gets really interesting. Most of us lean one of two ways. Are you a what person, focused on logic, facts, tasks, and just getting to the finish line? Or are you more of a who person, tuned into the people, the feelings, team morale, and making sure the process feels good for everyone? Neither is right or wrong, but knowing which one you are is absolutely crucial. So, knowing your style is step one. But how does that actually connect to your level of influence? Because, let's be real, true impact has very little to do with your job title and everything to do with your ability to connect with people. And that brings us to this idea of collaborative influence. This is not about power or authority in the traditional sense. It's all about your ability to work with other people to get things done, to make an impact no matter where you sit on that official org chart. So where does this influence actually come from? This chart lays it out perfectly. Yeah, sure, some of it is positional, it comes from your title, but look at the other two. Relational influence is all about the trust you've built with your network, and expertise influence comes from what you actually know, your skills. True, lasting influence is almost always a blend of all three. Okay, so we've got the self-awareness piece down. We know our style, we know where our influence comes from. Now it's time for the fun part. How do we actually use this stuff to connect with other people and get things done? You have to start with this. This is the big mindset shift. In any conversation, your goal isn't to win. It's not to prove that you're right and they're wrong. The only goal is to be understood. That's it. It's about connection, not competition. And here's a super simple 3-step way to do it. First, just shut up and listen. Seriously, pay attention to what they're talking about. Is it all what? Tasks, data, deadlines? Or is it more who? People, feelings, team harmony? Step 2, based on that, identify their style. And then step 3, this is the magic, you adapt. If they're a who person, don't just jump into the data. Ask them how they're doing first. Meet them where they are. It's a tiny shift that makes a massive difference. All right, let's pull all these pieces together. We're gonna build a final blueprint that you can put into action like tomorrow. This pretty much sums up the entire journey, doesn't it? You start with you, discovering your own style. Then you gauge your influence. Then you start looking outward, identifying others' styles. You learn to adapt, and all of that leads to better, stronger, more effective collaboration. It's a clear path. So if you take away one thing from this, let it be this. Being a great collaborator isn't something you're born with. It's not some fixed part of your personality. It is 100% a skill. And just like any other skill, you can learn it, you can practice it, and you can get really, really good at it. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. Based on everything we just talked about, what's one single conversation, just one, that you're going to approach a little differently tomorrow? Think about it.